I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. Could we stand for the pledge of allegiance and the prayer, please? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you for allowing us to be able to meet tonight. And we just ask, Lord, just please be with each and every person that's in this room. I said this in your name, Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Councilwoman Cantu. Here. Councilwoman McCann. Here. Councilwoman Patton. Councilman Walgie.
Here.
Councilman Grable.
Here.
And Councilwoman Pugh. Here.
Angie isn't here tonight, so we won't have an election planning board report. Any old business?
Something I wanted to bring up is, I had mentioned at the last meeting, when Dick Walgie was talking about transparency, and that is obviously so important, and I think I mentioned that I used to go down to the office, and Gina would go through a lot of the financials with me and explain what different things were, because it never usually tells you, but there's a little bit of more on there tonight. But I would like to make a motion that at every meeting, we discuss the financials, and anybody can ask questions if they haven't.
I'll second that motion. I don't have a problem with it at all.
Okay, I'm sorry. What was your?
That in each meeting, you would, or whoever would, go over all of the financials. Because Jeff was talking about how important transparency is, and I totally agree with that. And it would be nice if at every meeting, you would go over the financial report, and anybody that had any questions can ask about them.
Can we have some discussion on that?
Yes.
I don't understand the financial report. How lengthy is the financial report and how often does it come out?
Well, it'd be nice
Every
to.
month.
I'm sorry.
It comes out every month. I mean, that's
So it
what
would be a monthly,
yeah.
monthly financial
Yeah.
report.
And it's usually sitting right here, and a lot of the things, I mean, it's obvious, you know, the payroll and those kinds of things, but other things you don't always know, and I think it's our business to know. And that's why I like it.
But in this right here, I mean, it says monthly transactions. I mean, it says like it has all of our names, the amounts, and then it comes down like supplies and equipment, like Bill called for, it was for repairs, for a maintenance vehicle.
But I think it would be nice to have a little bit more information about it.
Like what kind of information are you wanting?
Pardon? Well, when you were talking about, just even small things, travel and training, what kind of training, what, you know, just so we are aware of what's happening.
Well, there's nothing to preclude those questions now, are there? I mean, is that legal?
Nobody ever brings up the financial report, it just sits here for us to look at. And take home with us and go over it or whatever. But some things, I know some things, none of us know what it's for.
But I feel like if you have a question during that meeting, go ahead and ask it. I don't think we need to go every meeting,
Line for line.
check number 47164.
No, I don't think you need.
47166, that's mine. And that's to Nicole for her city council.
Well, I understand what those are, that's not a problem at all, but there are some things, and I don't think you have to go over each exact thing, obviously like payroll, but there are some things that maybe you should go over, or give everybody a chance to ask questions.
But you're given a chance, I mean, that's what old business, like if you have a question, ask it, or come down and secret it if you have a question.
Do you have a problem with the public having transparency?
Absolutely not. I
Well,
don't
then
know.
why don't we go ahead and do this, so the
There's a
public.
motion on the floor,
People that are
and a
here.
second, so we'll go ahead and vote.
I would like to say, I don't hardly have enough information to vote. But I will, I mean, I'll go ahead and cast the vote. But obviously don't have trouble with transparency. I have some questions about the need for an ordinance to ask questions about an item that we can already ask questions. But I know
Nobody
that,
ever asks any questions.
well,
But you ask, if you have a question, ask it. That's your right as a council member.
Well,
That's
absolutely.
the public's right. If the citizen has a
Why don't
question,
we go ahead and take a vote, who is interested in this kind of transparency?
I mean, I'm all about transparency, but why would we do
Then
this?
this would prove
Go ahead
that.
and vote.
That's not a thing about transparency, that's just something that, if you have a question about something on this report,
Ask it. Ask
there
it.
doesn't need to be,
We don't need to
Public
go
doesn't
every,
get that report.
well, it's public.
but they can
record.
come down and ask. They can come at any given time and come and ask these questions.
This would be so simple to do, I don't think it would be a horrible inconvenience.
So we need to stay here for hours to go
No,
over this report?
no.
Well, we can take the vote.
We don't necessarily have to go through each thing.
And I have to say that this report it has a lot more explanation on this report.
Than it has,
than
and I
it has,
appreciate
and so
that.
well,
that's-
John,
that's fine.
and just like John
That's a good thing.
and Richard, I understand them not seeing all this, but Joni, how many terms have you served?
I have seen a lot of it, I think
Come
it's
on.
for all of us and for our citizens. It's not just for me.
Okay.
Councilwoman Cantu?
No.
Councilwoman McCann?
No.
Councilman Patton? Councilman Walgie?
No.
And Councilman Grable?
Yes, that's fine.
And Councilwoman Pugh?
Yes.
3 noes, 2 yeses.
3 noes, 2 yeses. The next thing is we need to suspend the reading and approve the minutes of April 7th, 2025 regular meeting. I need a motion and a
I'll make
second.
that motion.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Cantu?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCann?
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton? Councilman Walgie?
Yes.
Councilman Grable?
Yes,
And Councilwoman Pugh?
Yes.
The new business, we have Laddie Biles, the floodplain and zoning coordinator, is going to speak. Do you have anything?
Not this time.
The municipal road aid cooperative program agreement for fiscal year 25-26. That's where the city gets 4 different checks a year from the state to do repairs on roadway and streets. The amount that we'll be receiving this year, and this is all done through the gas tax. We get a percentage of the gas tax that's paid in Kentucky, very small, but it's $33,383.28, and that's what we'll be receiving from the state on municipal road aid. And we need a motion and a vote for that agreement.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Cantu?
Yes.
Councilwoman McCann?
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton? Councilman Walgie?
Yes.
Councilman Grable?
Yes,
And Councilwoman Pugh?
Yes.
We also need a resolution for the same thing. It's the Municipal Road Aid Cooperative Program Resolution number 25.05.
Councilman Walsh,
Yeah.
Councilman Grable,
Yes.
and Councilwoman Pugh.
Yes.
And we'll go into executive session to discuss this litigation for the buying and selling of property. We need a motion.
The old lady before.
We're coming back in session. Do we need a motion to come back in?
I'm gonna come back in this, regular.
We were discussing the acquisition of property and no action was taken. Next, on the other dates, Daniel Boyer.
I was here last year, I had to complain about parking, the one, it's beyond parking now, and I mean, I get asked every one of y'all, do y'all drive past your driveway and get in your driveway? That's one of my questions. I mean, I'm not trying to be hateful or nothing, I mean, this is a point that I'm trying to get across. And it needs to be, I mean, I have to drive, I mean, my son was at my house yesterday. It took him 10 minutes to get down my driveway with a brand new truck. Now, why is that? He's got a camera on the back of it and everything else. I mean, and has to drive halfway in my ditch line to get around what's parked in the road. And that's not the only thing. I mean, I got pictures here where this car, okay, before the council meeting last time, she parked it there. And the rear end of the car was sticking like this far out as well on the road. They sit there for a month like that. Officer drive by, I mean, I didn't complain, I mean, you know, it's a major complaint, that something needs to be done. I mean, it's a skinny part of the road where I live. I mean, y'all live up where, you know, where there's room on the road. I live where the skinny part is, my driveway's not that wide. If I got two vehicles in my driveway, I park in my driveway. She can't even park both of her vehicles in her driveway. And the yard, I mean, I've cut my grass 5 times already. But she hasn't even touched her backyard. It's already 2 feet tall. It's a snake nest. You know, I got grandbabies that come around, and one of them get bit. I mean, you know, and I mean, I can't see them. I mean, I'm sure my kids ain't gonna be very happy about it. You know, and I got pictures of all this, you know. I took pictures of it all. And it's not just that. I mean, she had some work done to her health, but she wouldn't pay Mr. Bentley, you know, to work on her house. So he stopped, you know, to work on her house. It's still sitting there like that. All the work is being done on the home. And it's, there's garbage behind it. I mean, it's just trash. I mean, I don't like to live like that. I put a lot of money in my home. And I take pride in, you know, my neighbors, you know, I mean, you know, I don't want my neighbors coming up, you know, seeing my yard mess, you know. I mean, they take pride in, you know, where they live. And that's what I'm saying is, and I got one of the trees is hanging over my house. Drip sack all over everything. Acorns all over everything. I'm waiting for a tree to fall on my house. You know, that's how far over it's hanging. This is some of the stuff that's going on over in my property. I haven't been saying nothing. She's told me for the last 3 years that she's gonna trim that tree back. Well, it still ain't trimmed back. That's just like the parking. I think they're parking there to get Edie in her car. I mean, 'cause why would you park somewhere and leave it sit for a month? You know, and sit there and watch my son, you know, have to maneuver around her car like that just to get out of my driveway.
For the people who don't, you never said, but I take you live in Apple Tree.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay.
And so I just got a piece for my neighbors, that's the reason why I asked you, do you guys drive past your driveway to pull in your driveway? That's the reason why I asked you that.
So you're having to drive past the driveway, turn around and come
Yeah,
back?
I got a video, I took a video of it earlier. Just like to show you, y'all what's going on.
Joe Paul?
Well, which I think I was on one last time when this was going on. I thought we had to park and we worked on the ordinances, remember? We couldn't really settle on one. So whenever she's parking within 15 feet of that driveway where you can't get in, you need to contact the police department. I mean, that's the best thing I can tell you, do so we can about take care of it.
Listen to it.
If you're not complaining to us, though.
Even on the 15-foot rule,
Okay, but what I'm saying though is if you're not complaining to us, we don't know. Okay?
Yeah,
If
but
you're not telling us you got a problem, we don't know that. So you need to call the 796-3044 number, let Joe Paul know, and I promise you, he will go out there.
And the grass and stuff,
I mean, and that car sat there for a month with the rear end of the car, all listed in the little road.
Did you call the police department, did you call the city when this was going on?
No, because I knew nothing would get done about it. I mean, because there's nothing but create problems.
And we took care of it last time he was in here, you were satisfied.
It creates a problem though, Joe. I mean,
Okay, I understand.
I'm not trying to create problems with me and my neighbors. I mean, that's one of the problems I don't want.
I understand, that's what we're for. You call us when she's not parked in the proper place and we will come out and take care of it. Promise you. Promise you we will.
You all need to look at these pictures though, on what's going on out there next to my
I
home.
mean, I drive by there, but you haven't complained. I mean, I know. I'm up in
I'm
that free
complaining
every
right
day.
now, I'm complaining right now. I pay my taxes, I'm complaining right now. Something needs to be done about it.
Okay.
And I'm getting tired of it.
All right.
My kids are getting tired of it. So I'm not just speaking for myself, I'm speaking for my kids too. If one of my grandbabies get bit by a snake or something, because the way it looks right now, there's gonna be a problem. It's not just gonna be my problem, it's gonna be everybody's problem. I promise you. It's crazy. Something needs to be done. I bought that home because my wife wants to live next to her best friend. Now we got a problem because she died, you know. And we helped her in every way, shape, or form. She was the best neighbor we could ever have. And she was disgusted with her daughter because of her lifestyle. And it's living right beside me. It's nonsense.
We'll be out there tomorrow, Joe Paul will look at it, and we'll go from there. You told us your problem, and
I mean, I can show you all pictures if you don't believe it.
you can show that to Joe Paul after the meeting, and we'll go from there.
Yeah,
That's all we can do.
It needs to be seen. It needs to be seen.
Well, and the bottom line is, I mean, if he goes out and says, you know, that they're in violation and they don't move the vehicle, they can always have the vehicle towed.
Well, I mean, even 15-foot, John, even with the 15-foot rule, I'm still having a problem with it.
Right.
I mean, that,
And I understand, you still have to be able to get into the.
and I still have trouble even getting in and out of it because of people in pickup trucks. That's what I tried to say the last time I was here. I mean, something needs to be done about it. I mean, we could, instead of waiting until somebody backs into something and tears something up, or somebody goes out there with a truck and pulls it down the road with a stand. I mean, you know, 'cause my kids, I mean, they're getting tired of it.
We'll go and look at it in the morning, Joe Paul will be out there.
I appreciate it, but that's what I say, if you like to look at the pictures, I'll show them to you.
we drive through there every day, we know.
Oh, I know, and that's what I say, you guys see it, you know what I'm talking about.
I've been trying to get a hold of her, over her yard and the trash.
You know, I'm a bad person for saying something about it.
Not here, you're not.
I'll take care of it.
I mean, I thank you, I mean, I don't want one of my grandbabies getting bit by a snake. It's a snake, man.
And I'm working on the yard right next to it too.
I know, I mean, that's what I do, I mean, you know, that's understandable, you know, but, you know, because that's, you know, something that the city's gotta take care of, you know. But her yard, she's got a riding mower, you know, why she can't get on it and get it out of her shed, go out there and mow it, I don't know. I mean, I push mow my car, you know, the entire yard.
I'll take care of it.
We'll take care of it tomorrow, thank you for bringing it to us, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Got a little problem here, this second person I can't Who was second person? Is it
It's
Hunter?
just the same, yeah.
Okay.
It's just the same thing regarding, because where my father-in-law and I go over there, it's basically the same thing, where I drive over, you can't pull in nowhere.
Okay.
That's just basically the same thing.
All right. Thank you.
What's your last name?
Huh?
Hunter what? Bennett?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
258. Chestnut Street.
All right, we're moving on. You can ask questions later. You shouldn't be doing this in the middle of the meeting.
Sorry, sir.
Any other updates?
Right here.
Okay.
I just wanted to remind everybody that the Ohio River Challenge has started, and the Ohio River Way folks will be here tomorrow afternoon, and we'd like to have a good turnout to welcome them. They're really trying to look out for all the river cities, and I think it would be nice if we could greet them and thank them for what they're doing. I don't know the exact time they'll be here, but it's usually around 4:30 or 5, but somebody usually calls me and tells me when they're getting close.
Would that be done by the park or?
Yeah, by the park. And the girls next door are kind enough to allow them to camp there again. And Laddie and the crew did a good job cleaning things up, and then we went down, Carrie, myself, Roger, and Lisa all went down there last Saturday and spent a lot of time picking up sticks and things, and you can't really burn it right now, but it's enough where they'll be able to camp there.
Somebody's already pushed it over the river, and Division of Water will be here in the morning. They pushed the trash, actual trash, they pushed the logs.
You're kidding.
So they'll be here in the morning to, we've got pictures of the tracks and where it led to. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Anything else? I'd like to say, the Rivertown Festival was a little wet, but we had a good turnout. We had, we started with the most vendors ever, 92, and obviously with the rain, we lost a few vendors. It was still a good turnout. The unveiling of the mural that had the 6 people that had something culturally to do with Lewis County was 3 out of the 4 living ones were here. Faith Isham couldn't be here. She had, if we could have had it the next weekend, she could have been here. We probably should have done that. Maybe the weather would have been better. But it was still a really, really good turnout. Bobby Mackey, Roger Cooper, and Mitch Toll were all there. And I'm telling you, and including Faith Isham, I had to speak to all 4 of those, which I'd never really talked to any of them hardly before. And they were very gracious and very, I told each one I'd start a conversation saying that I know you all won awards all over the world in the United States and big awards, and this doesn't mean nothing. And every one of them stopped me and said, yeah, it does. Bobby Mackey said, anytime you're still recognized by your hometown and you've been going for 60 years, he said, it is good. And Mitch gave a little speech, and Bobby did too, and Mitch, talked about the town, and it was pretty moving. But anyway, that turned out as well as it could, and the mural is on the old Kentucky Theater. And anyway, I just thank everybody that made that happen, from the police department to Laddie and the street department. Brenda, we had 3 artists working on it: Brenda Bear, Gayla Collier Brown, and Suzanne Pick. And anyway, that really, really turned out good. We have applied for a T-Mobile grant, and what this grant grant does, it's geared sort of towards taking a piece of property that will help the elderly and they like the schools involved. And the place that we applied for this grant would be behind Green Street Apartments. This isn't any matching fund grant. We don't have to, they do, and it's a pretty extensive grant that, we could plant the trees, we can do a gazebo, make a walkway. Is there any more you want to say about that, Brenda, or is there, and we haven't gotten a grant, we've just applied for it with the help of Buffalo Trace, in Christie Dodge. That's all I have. Is there anything else?
On that Ohio River challenge, the canoers, Johnny, were you made aware of this? Did you know it was coming?
A couple of weeks ago, it was mentioned to me, and at that time, we had a lot of rain and everything, and we did not go down over the hill to try to clean any of that up because it was so wet. I already had all that arranged to bring all that out there as soon as it dried up, and of course, we got more rain, so we wasn't able to get down there. But during the meantime, somebody took it upon herself to go down there and shovel that into the river, which, for one, violated the Clean Water Act, which is very serious. And that's pretty much all I can say about it right now.
Okay.
I did call out, he was very gracious, and he told me about how wet it was down there and how they really have done everything they could, and I understand that.
Well, I know that the city is normally involved there with cleanup, paper products, all that goes with it. So prior notification of direct city involvement would seem to be in order.
Well, they don't leave any litter behind. That is one of their mantras, is that leaving no trace that they were there.
Well, even with that being said, and believe me, I'm big supporters of any environmentalist or any canoe activity we can get on our riverfront. That's what the mayor and all of us are being so directly involved in with developing the riverfront. So we definitely want to be accommodating to these people. It's a good thing. But they will be camping outside, I guess, in tents. And even from a police perspective, the city just needs to be aware and directly involved so we can provide the proper services.
Anybody else have any more comment? You have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We're adjourned. Thank you all. Let me say there is one more thing on Memorial Day. This is May 26th at 12 o'clock. We always do it at the Veterans Park, and we do it. And we work with the local VFW and also the county judge will speak. And this is more, geared honoring the veterans and laying of the wreaths. And that'll be at noon on May 26th.